Okay, what's up guys? This is a tour of Armardus. So Armardus is a collaborative project between World of Skaro, the Dalek Nexus, and the Dalek Empire. So it's a mixture of 3 different Dalek communities, and we've all worked together to create this game. So, they helped me with the layouts, the drawings, design concepts, everything. So this current morph I have on me is the TDE drone. This is what the drones for TDE on Armardus look like. The idea is that they're battered and bruised, gone through the works, because they're just industrial units used for mineral extraction, that kind of stuff. So the room we're currently in is the rally room. This is the spawn area for Armardus. This is where you'll spawn in. Got some holograms here from Zaragelum, you might recognise. We've got the Dalek voice lines from New Skaro. So, a few ones there. And then, so there you go. So you've got a few little voice lines there. Pretty good. You got the Children in Need inspired decor things here from the episode, the Doctor Who episode, mini episode for Children in Need. The Davros one. I can't remember what it's called. I keep forgetting, but the one where Davros is in his little lab and the 14th Doctor crashes into the side of it. I just really love these wall decors. It's pretty fun. I've added these little beam things here as well. Anyway, so that's the rally room. This ceiling is inspired from TV21. There was like a ceiling. It's like a blue and white ceiling, and I've just reversed it and done it with gold. So I'm going to show the 2 different designs. I'm only showing the designs, the basic designs for the 2 groups. So we'll just quickly show that. Okay, so this is the Nexus design. So this is the Nexus drone. This is the Dalek Nexus drones created by Zendiatrix. So credit to Zendiatrix. Some honourable credit to Pridonian and the Dalek comic with the World War II variant. So these are inspired by a World War II styled Dalek. The star helm as well, a little curve. These are really fun designs. It took a while to create and draw. It was a lot of planning and processing. But we're both really happy with them. And obviously it's got this little spike thing here as well on the claws. So really cool design. All of the users have these banners. So this is the Nexus banner. And this is just like the lore version. There is no official design for the Dalek Nexus. This is just what we've used for the game, for the Armardus game. So the members of Nexus have something to use. This is the unofficial logo for the GXN. So this is the Nexus logo, and we just call it GXN. So the G is for George, the Zen is for Zendiatrix, the X is for Zendiatrix, and the N is for Nexus. So the G and XN style thing. Pretty fun little logo thing there. And yeah, that's the variant for the Nexus. Some nice elevation here as well, and some details on the fender. And you've got some dome lights there, dome lights here, and then you've got some grenade lights there, and you've got some side panels there. Well, not side panels, back panels there. So it's a pretty cool design. It's very fun. I'm going to show you the Alcanians now. So this is the World of Skaro design I'm about to show. Fans of World of Skaro will probably recognise this. So these are the Alcanians. I'm using this one because the standard was one. World of Skaro. So this is the World of Skaro banner. That's it. That's the custom design of Visions. I'll show it flying in a moment. Here we go. Here we go. So I added more of like a nanotech styled cloud effect, like a elevation effect. Yeah, these guys are like super advanced in the lore timeline. They're slightly similar to TD, but they're like a lot more advanced. They've got these smaller details here. You can kind of see in the dome. You've got 2 lines there, massive line there, and then you've got these little really nice attention to detail on the cowl, the Dalek cowl. It's like these 2 little inserts there. So yeah, it's a really nice design, and you've got these little ovals here. I think it's a really nice complement. It's got so many different styles from different Dalek factions in. Like I said, all the designs on here are just great. So we'll switch back over to mine. So I'm going to switch to my diplomat one. This is my Dalek Envoy. This is called the Allied Representative. So this is inspired by a TCA morph from 2017, so it's quite old. And I just reused the color scheme for this. So these guys would be the guys to make like the politics and the diplomacy with the other Dalek variants from different multiverses. So it's pretty much like, if anyone's watched Dark Raven Productions Multiverse Wars, it's like that. Like, this is what this entire project is. Or anyone listen to Big Finish, then that's, Project Infinity, for anyone that's familiar with that. Anyway, so that's it. That's the rally room. We've got some banners here. These are the Armardus official banners. And yeah, we'll show the armory. Just teleport over here. Okay, so this is the armory. This is the room you kind of go into to get to the rally room. Got some special weapons there from Armored Division. They're just kind of stored in there, waiting to go. Got a few more weapon racks here. SWD stuff here. And yeah, so that's the armory. So the next couple of rooms I'm going to show is just basically the layout of the interiors. And yeah, we'll do that now. So, go open this door. This is the hallways. This is inspired by one of Prydonian's hallways. I've just modified it. I'm pretty sure his one has like 4 and I've just done 3. I've added these spheres and kind of like this caution tape around. But, credit to him for helping me with the image reference. Very inspirational. We've got these little things here. We've got these little, these are like energy transmitter things. Jaeger, this is a recreation of Jaeger's old thing from Armored Division's first game. Don't know if I've done a tour of that or not, but there we go. So we've got 2 rooms here. We've got the invasion of Earth over there. A little symbol. We use that for the advertising Armardus as well, because it's quite fun. You've got the gallery here, and you've got the arena here. So we'll do the arena first. So this is the arena. The arena is used for fighting, for team deathmatches. So I'll show that now. So this is the arena. This is like a huge fighting area, as you can see. Very big, very grand. It's supposed to feel like the similar to like the Roman Colosseum in regards to how big the scale is. But yeah, these are the different tools. So we got the this is the first map. This is like a small little shield map. And then if we go here, we go this one here, I'd say. Yep, it's gone. Hold on. It's a little bit tricky to do because my camera sensitivity's changed from Telos. There we go. So that's the second map. And hold on. Why is it being so funny? There we go. And then this is the hologram, the force field. There we go. Sorry. I changed my camera sensitivity for Telos, so that's why it's a bit funny now. But yeah, this would be used for a big TDM. So for a big team deathmatch, this would be used. You would have 2 drones. You have one here and one there, and that'd be like their big version. And we can also mix and match all of this. So if I enable everything, it forms this massive mega map, which I'll show now. Although I might have to get a little bit higher. There we go. Alright, so that's the mega map. So this is probably the hardest map for the arena. And, we'll leave it like that for the time being. And yeah, it's going to be very fun to see people navigate that in the arena. We'll go back to the teleport. But yeah, that's the arena. Some console parts here. Some nice little decor. This is quite new as well. I quite like the use of the hexagons. And obviously, the reason why there's a lot of this stuff here, this isn't gold, it's Dalek Anium. So the creator is very rich in Dalek Anium and in other stuff as well, which I'll show later on. This is the gallery. So the gallery is kind of just a recreational area for roleplay. I'll show that now. Obviously, you've got these. I forgot to mention, but you also have these Dalek Empire symbols from Frontier in Space, all on all the different doors. Teleport transmat here, go through here, and then this is the gallery. So the reason it's so blank is because I want to have a art competition, and I want this to slowly be filled by the different members that participate in the Armardus events. So from screenshots to drawings to whatever, and all go in here. So that's why it's all blank at the moment, because I would like to fill it up with the community. And then you've got these little like, I don't know, like wire things. I think Zen, yeah, this was Zen's idea. Like, this was a direct room drawing that Zen made, that I then obviously modded. This is the vault of Armardus. It's, if you can't tell, I love Second Empire, but this is Second Empire, so it's a huge Second Empire room. It's the history vault from Second Empire. The Vault of Armardus, we call it. You've got the little lava lamp things, the little decors at the back. It's not like an actual, my attempt at it, because I kind of just wanted something to fill in the walls. Because the original vault of the history vault has like these other side panels, but I didn't go into over detail. I just kind of used the initial pillars as a design. And it does hold some history, so we got some history here. I'm not going to spoil it too much, but we'll go to the end, where it's all relevant. And there you go, it's me, it's Viz, and that's Zen. The reason I'm glancing over it is because I do not want to spoil it too much. I want people to come in here and kind of explore it for themselves. But yeah, it's a really nice room layout, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's just fun. Little chandelier thing there as well. Some people might recognise that from the Imperials. You've got the invasion of Earth symbols there on the ground. I just quite like the red and black. I think it's quite nice, complementing the scheme. This teleport here is a drawing that Zen made, and I've just added these little hexagon things here. So it was pretty cool. You've got these little wires as well. So a lot of it's quite nice because when Zen's watching this, he'll be able to see all those drawings kind of created, kind of made, which is quite nice. But yeah, so we've got various things scattered around. Here we go. So this is the laboratories and this production line. I'm going to show the production line first because it's smaller. So this is inspired by Power of the Daleks. So if anyone's familiar with that, another little teleporter thing. I love these teleporters; they're really fun. So this is the production line. If I reverse out, there we go. You can see all the Dalek mutants being placed in. Then you've got these little contraption things here. Yeah, I used like some of Fridonian's screenshots from his old game for this, and then obviously you use Power of the Daleks as a reference as well. I think those are the two main ones. Yeah, I'd say so. Not thinking of any other names. Oh, and Genesis. There's the Genesis things here, so you can Genesis as well. Please. I think they're from Genesis. But yeah, so that's the. I might be wrong on that, so someone fact check that. But yeah, these are the mutants. You've got a little invasion Earth thing there. The mutants actually connect up, so the claw thing connects into the jar itself. And you've got the little mutant things there. Just getting ready to go into the production line. And yes, that's the production line. We're going to go into the laboratory. So this is where all the fun starts to begin. This is probably my favourite room out of the lot. Just before we do this, A25. So the designation for Armardus was A24, and then basically when we went to the new year, I changed it to A25. But between Zen Vision and Originated, it was known as A24. I never named it Armardus until it was finished. I made that a rule. But yeah, and I never announced it. I only announced it once it was completed, because I'll get into the history in a moment, but I'm not going to spoil it yet. Okay, so this is the other room. Let's just quickly teleport in here. This is a science room. Some little movie Dalek assets there. Nice little TDE symbol. Then we get these little transmat things here. So we'll just start with the different rooms. We've got a lot to unpack here, so I'm not gonna spoil it too much, but there's some fun things in here. So you got the Dalek, little dissected Dalek. This is from the old TOT game, so there's a little nice reference to those that were in it. And it looks kind of like the Dalek sect mutant, like the inspiration from it. If you press these, it will give you an in-depth explanation. I'm not going to do that because I think members should be able to find that out for themselves. These guys are the enemy faction. We'll get into them in a bit. So that's the small version of it. That's the inactive version. I'm only going to activate one of these particle effects, but we have 3 particle effects on this side and 3 particle effects on this side. So I'm just going to do this one here. This allows you to summon the entity. Ooh, I wonder what that is. And then you can spawn this, and this is like a small vortex. So, like I said, I'm not going to show you all the other, ones. It's for you guys to explore. You got these little. This is how you get into the little chambers. Some little 60s styled console units there. And these are from tier 2. This room here is the main big one. So you're probably wondering, well, where do all these multiversal Daleks come from, right? So this got a little backrooms thing here. I wonder what this is. Well, all of the multiversal Daleks have to come from somewhere, right? Project Infinity, Multiverse Wars. So this is the Stargate. This is where all these Dalek variants come from. This is the Stargate, inspired by the Stargate, the Stargate series. This is a drawing. Basically, this entire cave is based off a drawing Zen made. I've just kind of gone into detail about the portal. But this portal will literally lead you to the different multiverses. What we're not going to go into. You got these little things here. These are communication relays, as seen from the Skaro. So you'd be able to talk to different Daleks, and the idea is that you'd have one variant here, and then someone would go on the other side. So you'd have like an Alkanian or a Nexus drone here, and you'd kind of like be talking to each other, similar to that like portal thing from New York. So there you go. That's the kind of style of it. So the way the Daleks were able to create the Stargate is obviously they have so much Dalekanium, so they were getting ambitious and they created the portal. And they used these like mineral things here, these massive like crystals. These energy crystals kind of like intertwine with different universes. It's like the lore behind it. And yeah, the Daleks started experimenting with that. There's a bit of a Rick and Morty styled portal there, I won't lie. It looks a bit like that. But, they kind of started experimenting and summoned all the different Dalek variants. But you're probably wondering why they summoned all those different Dalek variants, and we'll get into that later on. Yeah, so that's the science lab, that's the Stargate, that's everything on this side of things. We'll just show the last room, and then we're going to head to the surface. So yeah, we'll just teleport over now. Cool, and you've got these little hallway things here. I reused some of this from the old Armardus, but some history there I'll get into. And then you got this room here. So this room is the room you teleport down into when you enter. So I got some nice little. This was a nice little grand gesture to the people that helped me with Armardus. So we've got Orvidence here, founder of TDE. You got me here, it's my statue. Got a TDE style decor here. Then you got Zendiatrix over there with his Nexus, his awesome Nexus drone. It's actually the low rank version. This isn't the drone, this is the thing just above the drone. And then you've got another TD thing here, and you've got Visions, or Visualites Alkanian. And then you've got some stuff here, some of Jager's old wall decor. And I added these plant things in. This plant thing was inspired by there was like a Dalek animation. I can't remember what it was called, but it was made by the guy that made Infiltration of Daleks. And he did another one where it was like 60s Daleks, and they had like this plant life and all sorts in. Can't remember what it's called, but I'm trying to shout out that person, but I've forgotten his name. 3D, I think it's Doctor Who 3D, 3D Doctor. But anyway, that's where the idea for that one comes from. And then you've got the invasion of Earth stuff here. And obviously this has been used for the Imperium as well. All the various different Dalek groups tend to use that symbol in one way or another. And this is the surface. So this is the city of, well, not the city, this is the outpost of Armardus. So this is like the mining colony. It's not supposed to be a city. It does kind of feel a bit like a city, but it's supposed to be like the mining colony. and they kind of settled here. And then all of this, like, quotation marks gold that you see is Dalekanian. So all of this stuff is Dalekanian, and they basically repaired their entire. They basically built all their colony out of Dalekanian. Like the modified version of it. If it's similar to Dalekanian, you give it a name. But you've got some TV-21 ships there on top of their little landing platforms. Got some big turrets there, the main defense ones. This is inspired from Stellaris. I believe this is a Stellaris megastructure. And the idea is that this extracts minerals from the surface. This thing here is a terraformer, so this is the reason why there's grass everywhere, because these generate the terraforming process. And this is from a classic styled city. Some observation towers here, so these are used for the observation. Some nice little trees here. So this is how the Daleks are able to survive the the atmosphere and all that stuff, because they've terraformed it. And obviously this is all like kind of alien and different. So, and then we've got some outer things here. We've got these little pylons there, some tower things here. So we're going to head back over to the other end of this. It just gives you like a really nice overview of everything. And then I'm going to show something pretty cool. So yeah, we'll do that now. Yeah. Some really fun details. I tried to add more classic elements of Doctor Who in here, which is why you're seeing a lot more classic buildings as seen here. Firing. And then obviously try to incorporate more like Stellaris styled stuff. That's why it has like these ring things there. You've got some communication ways. That's how they keep in contact with the Dalek Empire. And then over here is the other statues. So you have the TDE statues down there, and then you've got the other variants down here, the Nexus and Was variants down here, which has a really fun feature which I can't wait to show you. Just takes a minute to fly over. I can actually go a little bit quicker. For anyone that's playing this game, if you press X, you can go a little bit quicker. It allows you to sprint, go fast as a Dalek. This is how my Daleks fly, by the way. Spacebar if you want to fly. I could do a tutorial actually. Right, spacebar if you want to fly, H if you want to hover, and X if you want to speed up. And then if you really want to mess with someone, you just press M and you can go offline. That's the AFK mode. Okay, so this is the Nexus. So this is the Nexus one here, and then you've got the World of Skaro one over here. So we'll do the Nexus one first. So if we press this little button down here, it creates these banners, and these banners are basically the banners for the groups. This is the Nexus unofficial one, but it's a cool little lore banner for them. Obviously you've got the GXN, so George, Zen, Nexus. Pretty fun, pretty cool to kind of have like a working group system where you can kind of show the different factions online. That's why I made it. I made it so whenever there's an event on for Nexus or Was, they're able to show their banners and their group and stuff. It's a smart way to advertise it. And then this is the Was one. So this is World of Skaro, and this is the official style for World of Skaro. So that there is the World of Skaro one. I've already shown the Nexus one. So that's kind of like the fun little interactive thing for the groups. So that's kind of like the collaborative thing. It's quite nice because you're able to show the different groups, different events from the different members of different groups. It's quite nice to kind of compare ideas and talk about all different RP scenarios and all sorts. It's quite like a nice, positive environment is what I'm trying to create. So yeah, what we'll do now is we'll head over to the evil entities base. Ooh, what did I just give away, I wonder. But yeah, while we're doing that, so the building here is from Second Empire, inspired by that. I think it's like the Imperial Edifice, or whatever it's called. And obviously I've just recreated it, but a much smaller version. And I quite like it because it reminds me of Oblivion. The Elder Scrolls Oblivion is what it reminds me of. Yeah, what we're going to do here is I'm just going to cut a little bit. So we're going to, do a little cut here, and we're going to be on the surface in a second. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we're just making our way over now. We just got to the end of the colony. This actual layout was drawn by Zen and I. Zen and I did a lot of drawing concepts for Armardus. The amount of brainstorming and VCs we did for this is insane. I'd say Zen was probably the biggest contributor to the Armardus project. And then Orvidence and Vision really helped with the world of Skaro and putting all the lore together. I say Vision's really helped a lot with the lore. Like, we've got so much lore planned for this, for events and stuff. And Orvidence just, I always like to have Orvidence part of these projects. He's given me a few good ideas as well to do for events. But yeah, so this is the surface of Armardus. We do actually have some audio areas, kind of here. Which I forgot to mention, you can also have that on New Skaro as well. If you actually go in the city, you'll be able to hear the city sound. I'll do in a second. And you can hear the movement sounds as well. I try not to play too much sound though, because I don't want to get copyrighted or anything. I don't know what the rules are, but I don't want to risk it. But yeah, that's kind of like the crater and the entryway into the city. So this is the sound. Be quiet so you can hear it. There you go, so that's the kind of sound of the city. You can just kind of hear that. The classic bell charms, from 60s. But anyway, you'd kind of fly over here, and then you saw that little green base up there. That's the entity. So, talking about the lore, one of the fun lore ideas we had is because you had Project Infinity and you had this multiverse. You need a multiverse threat, right? And I kind of like the Daleks animation. I think it's very underrated. The quality's okay. Maybe the quality's not the best, but the story's really fun. The idea of the Daleks running away from this evil threat. I enjoyed the entity's character, so I wanted to make him the main big bad of the Armardus project. So the idea is that when the Daleks were messing around with the Stargate, they summoned the entity. The entity then fled. The Daleks were able to quarantine the world, but the entity kind of took over this outpost, and this is its kind of throne. So this tower here is its throne, and then these pylons here is what kind of keeps it in line, and keeps it healed and everything. And if you're wondering, well, you've got this massive Eye of Sauron looking enemy, so where's his minions, right? Well, I'm about to show you. These are the Imperial Juggernauts, the Imperial Juggernaut Mechanoids. So, pretty fun. This is inspired from a Big Finish audio. You've got these little possessed eyes here from the entity possessing the Mechon. And then this is the base. And basically the idea is that these are data banks, so this is like the brain of the entity, this is where it stores its data. These little things here are anti-grav mines. The things you see up here are the anti-grav mines that stop the Daleks from just flying over and invading. They also double function as drones, as scout drones. We've got some basic like energy stores here. This is like the Mechon style domes. So yeah, and then this little bottom bit here is reused from the Dalek Observatory. So it's pretty fun. The lore idea for this building is it's not a building, it's the throne. So basically, the entity was able to summon the Imperial Juggernauts and basically possess them. So when the entity was summoned and the Daleks were trying to contain it, the entity then summoned reinforcements and summoned Juggernauts, and then possessed them and used them as the weapons, as their minions. So this is his little throne room, this is his massive throne that he just kind of sits on top of and overlooks his enemies down there. And if you're wondering why Armardus is such a wasteland, it's supposed to be a moon. So this is the moon of Armardus, this is a moon. You've got all these different craters here. It goes out forever. Some endless terrain trickery over there. And yeah, and this basically is it. You've got some nice terrain details. It took a while to actually do these because I had to do it in sectors. So I'd say it took probably an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. But it was worth it, and I used a plugin to actually create the craters themselves. But I'm thinking maybe in the future I might add more bases. If people are enjoying this project, I'll add more bases in the craters, because I have a reference up here which you can't see, but it's a crater reference for all the sizes. And yeah, that's basically the Armardus game. And yeah, that's all the Dalek projects I've been working on. Nice to round it up in like an hour and a half, and all that. Tour of series kind of does it really neatly, but it's a lot of work and a lot of back and forth and a lot of burnout, which you don't see. You only see the positive showcase. But yeah, anyway, talking about Armardus, I mean, I don't even know where to begin. The amount of development that went into it. It's a very special place. For those that don't know, there's a history behind it. So Armardus was first developed in 2021. Unfortunately, I had a file corruption, so I lost a lot of the base. I lost a lot of assets. It's a hard time for me. So I thought Armardus project was done for and just never going to exist again. It was upsetting because I was trying to incorporate another community. I was trying to do what I'm doing now is what I was trying to do back then. So it's nice that I was able to reuse that idea and rebuild the ground up. So I literally built this game from the ground up after the file corruption. So it took a lot of work, but I'm glad to see it. It's really nice to see it in a physical form, kind of appreciating it. And I can't wait to see what all these communities does with it. We've got all these roleplay events, we've got all these team deathmatch events, all sorts of things you can imagine we'll probably do. So it should be a bit of fun. Dalek Nexus, World of Skaro members, more than welcome. I really hope you enjoy this game. And yeah, this game will be on my profile. So it's StarMario14638. Most commonly known as Starm in the genre, if people are interested. We'll link the Discord down below, so the Discord will be linked down below for the Dalek Empire. And obviously Zen and Viz are in that as well, so if you want to ask them about their communities, you can. And yeah, we're just going to see how this grows and develops. It should be really fun. So I'd like to say a big thank you to Orvidance, Vision, Zendiatrix, and obviously myself for getting this all done, and all the various other people. Stred for his Dalek system, DR Rex, all sorts. Second Empire, Dark Raven. I mean, I could go on for ages. I'll say Mech Master is the last one. Mech Master and Pidonium. There you go. If I keep going, I'm going to have like a massive list. But it wasn't just me. It was a lot of mixtures of people's beautiful artwork and beautiful design. I'm just so very, very proud of this project. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bonjour!